midway you realize that you don't have money, but you have to use retention money. What's the procedure? Did you seek approval? Okay, yes, no, so that we go to the next.
Chair, that is why we have been able to bring in the former finance chief, who was our chief finance officer.
You are not answering our question, Madam Vice.
So can I request her to respond to on our behalf?
Even before that, then, what is supposed to be a retention fees is what percentage?
10%.
So if it is 10%, when you talk of that 7,510,526 as 10%, what was the initial capital for you to retain that 7 million? And now you are telling us that there was a reduction of that figure. So when we talk of that 7, it means that it was more than 300 million.
So VC, give us background of the whole of that as your procurement head of finance, then prepare to answer the questions we asked.
I can give a breakdown when the funds were being transferred and how they were being utilized.
Did you show that to the auditors? So you know, for anything you say, it must be corroborated by the Auditor General. So are you just reading what you gave them, or just reading what you have now?
We gave them that.
We shared with them.
Is your friend closer than her?
Chair, I was not in council at that time.
So issues,
the council, it is the council which...
Issues like one?
I was not in council, Chairman.
But now you're the accounting officer, of course you know.
Yes.
Issues like?
There was matters on the reporting of finances.
What does the law say if you have someone in acting capacity and...
Chair, we are in the process of handling that matter.
What does the law say?
We advertised the position. Yes, but we were not able to advertise because of financial matters. And
how do you have financial matters and you had a substantial officer? Does it mean that he was going to earn more money? Because in this case, financial matters don't come in.
Chair, we also have budget and staff approvals, which we are granting.
The question is to me.
Yes,
now,
yes.
What happening is, in the contract we sign, there's a clause which talked about 30 days non-payment. The contractor have to be paid for 3% of total central bank rates as penalty, and that I was not in the management at that time. But you see, the issue was the fear for that kind of a penalty is what made the decision to pay that retention. That's not the reason I'm using the word I think, because that was the argument.
To see if the infrastructure is complete, and if it's not complete, where there is a default, you are supposed to use this retention money for purposes of putting the structure into a good condition. That money does not belong to you. It belongs to a contractor per se. So you cannot use it in any other way other than that specific period which you have given the contractor to see if the infrastructure is correct or not. Does the money belongs to you?
Chair is right. It's a security. In the process of seeking security approval, it's where now a person can be advised whether it is wrong or right.
So
but
according to you, was it wrong or right?
I'm seeing a situation, the institution was desperate.
According to you, no desperation, wrong or right?
Chair, the question is a bit difficult. It depends where I'm sitting at. Because if they avoid penalty, the better. But also there's a risk on a contractual matters.
But Chair, there's law. Yes. There's law. Because audit have timelines. Okay, and there is a reason. The framers of the Constitution and of these laws have had reasons as to why we must operate that way, right? The reason we are doing this, CEO, is we want to force compliance among the...
When documents are requested, there may be a misunderstanding on whether you wanted comprehensively this. So it's a question of knowledge and awareness on when the auditor requests, we provide as detailed as possible and let them go through everything.
CEO, do you know the auditor does not come to you just once and say, I want this and that, and if you don't want, he moves to compile a report? Or is that what you want to tell us?
It's a finding on supporting documentation. And Chair, we no longer have any finding on supporting documentation.
But you are not responding to what we're saying. And for such a straightforward thing, we cite you for negligence to the law and incompetence. I hope you know what that means. I'm not fit to hold public office.